Adam here from the Walser Automotive Group, and what I want to do today is take you on a test drive. So next to me here I have the 2024 GMC Sierra 1500. So we'll look at the interior, the exterior, the truck bed, and see how this drives out on the open road. Okay, so now we're inside the 2024 Sierra 1500, and this is the AT4 trim. So there's about 8 or 9 different trim levels. It gets a little confusing. It's a lot of different engine options and trim and different stuff you can put on. So we'll kind of focus on the one we have here today and talk about some of the added equipment or things that you can add, but just know there's a lot of good stuff in the Sierra lineup. Now, like I said, this is the AT4. So the main difference with this one is it's going to have the 2-inch lift. This one has the 20-inch wheels with those 265s on the outside, which give it a much tougher and more off-road aggressive look. It's also going to perform a little bit better. It's got skid plates underneath and a lot of cool stuff to kind of be more the off-road focused version. Now on the outside for 2024, this is one of 2 new colors. This is Thunderstorm Gray, and it is so good. It gives this truck such a good appearance on the exterior. It matches the lift perfectly, and this would absolutely be my color choice if I was getting one of these trucks. So let's go for a little spin around. Now we have to talk about the engine options. So for 2024, the 2.7 liter is now called the Turbo Max, which would be kind of the low tier or base model engine. From there, there's going to be 2 V8s and a diesel 3 liter. So this one is the 6.2 liter V8. So there's a lot of different ways you can configure these depending on towing or payload. It changes a little bit. There's different configurations for the bed, the cab. I mean, it's so much good stuff, and you can really a la carte choose how you want your Sierra 1500 to work or be, or what it looks like. It's pretty awesome that GMC does offer that. So this one is going to be the Crew Cab AT4. Now the AT4 gives you this jet black over Kalahari interior. So it's kind of a light tan or kind of a cool color that runs through the interior here. I love it. It looks great. The seats are super comfortable. It's freezing cold here today. So these are going to be heated for the driver, passenger, and the second row. There's also going to be the heated steering wheel, which is absolutely one of my favorite features. Now when it gets hot out again, these are also going to be ventilated seats, which is really nice, and it pairs nicely with the dual zone climate control, so the driver and passenger can both be comfortable. Now, out on the open road, how does it drive? How does it perform? Fuel economy from the 6.2 does dip a little bit, especially when you add the 2-inch lift. So you're looking at maybe the high teens for fuel economy, but what you're gaining is a lot of towing capacity. Now the Sierra 1500 in its highest tow trim configuration can tow over 13,000 pounds and have over a 2,200 pound payload capacity. So this is a very usable truck for work, for pleasure. If you've got a large boat you're towing around or a trailer, this is definitely going to get that done for you and do it very easily. Now, one other thing that we're on the open road here, how does it drive? How does it handle? What's it like? It drives very similar to the old 1500s. I mean, they haven't gone away from anything that they knew was tried and true and worked. It's comfortable. I mean, the noise from the off-road tires is a little bit more noticeable, but I would take that for how it looks and how it would perform if you're doing any off-roading or driving around job sites. It's definitely a great feature to have. So let's focus for a second on some of the interior stuff. Now, this has the larger screen that came with the 2023 model. It's over 12 inches, so it's huge. And when you pair your Apple CarPlay or Android Auto, I've got wireless charging. So I've got my phone just sat right here. It's gonna be charged up. My CarPlay is going, so I've got Spotify, Google Maps, and a really cool thing is that half the CarPlay takes up this screen, and on the other side you can have your maps or your trailer settings on there. It's a pretty cool setup that gives you a lot of usability and configurations, how you want your infotainment screen to be. Now, speaking of that, it's also a fully digital gauge cluster. So that you can also configure how you'd like to kind of a classic view or more of an updated view. And there's all the information you could possibly need about the truck built into that, which is really cool. And also, this AT4 is going to have the heads-up display. So that would show you your miles per hour if you're setting your adaptive cruise control, which is another really cool feature if that's something you haven't had. It will keep that 3-2-1 gap distance ahead of you. And if you're doing a lot of highway miles, that is absolutely a feature you're going to want to have. So as far as safety is concerned, this is going to have pretty much all of the good stuff, whether that's blind spot monitoring, the backup camera in here. This one has that 360 camera, so you can just click the little camera button and that's going to pull up the side view, the front view. You can split it. This one also has the technology package, which you can see into the bed, which is really awesome. Now let's focus on the bed for a second. So there is a few different options when it comes to looking at the bed, if it's the single cab or the crew cab, but this is going to be pretty much the standard one on the Sierra, and this has a lot of great equipment. So in the back, there's a ton of tie downs back there. You have a 120 volt household plug back there. So if you're out camping, if you're using this off-roading or on the job site, you do have that plug in, which is very usable. Plus, this one is going to have the multi-pro tailgate. So it's gonna flip down, it's gonna fold, and you can have a little handle. So it makes it really easy to jump up into the bed. If you're unloading stuff, you don't have to really hop or launch into there like the standard tailgate that flips down, which is great. It definitely will save your back, and it will make it a lot easier getting out of the bed. So there is so much equipment, like I said, between all the engine options, the trim options, I mean, all the different packages you can load into these. It's almost kind of confusing looking at it all, but it's great because it gives you the ability to choose almost exactly what you want. Whether it's this new Thunderstorm Gray, or if it's going to be wheel options or technology packages, the Sierra is so configurable that it really is an awesome option in the 1500 truck segment. If you're looking for a full-size truck, or even if you want to go up to the HD lineup, I mean, the Sierra is an awesome choice, and you have to get out and take one for a spin and see what you think. So that was just a brief look and test drive in the all-new 2024 GMC Sierra 1500. Now, if you have any questions or you'd like to drive one for yourself, you can visit us online at walser.com or stop by either one of our Walser Buick GMC dealerships, and we'd be happy to help you out. Thanks for watching.